And now at 5, political heavyweights show up on Miami Beach to check out how the city's new pumps are working to keep the streets dry during this year's King Tide. So far, the pumps have been pretty effective. I've seen it with my own eyes, a big difference out there. But future outlook, not nearly as rosy. For Team 6, Ari Odzer has the details from Miami Beach.
The King Tide used to mean about a foot of water here on Purdy Avenue, but thanks to a $15 million investment in new pumps like this one right over here, the streets are dry right now. And that drew the EPA administrator and 2 U.S. senators here today to talk about fighting climate change and rising sea levels.
We actually see the water going up and down. And that's
Senators Bill Nelson of Florida and Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island getting an up-close look at the fight against the rising tide.
What you're going to have to do on the coast of Florida, spend millions and millions of dollars with pumping and trying to keep from saltwater intrusion. That's going to be our future.
We're really standing here at ground zero. There's just about nowhere else on the planet where there's more at risk from sea level rise so fast.
The Union of Concerned Scientists released this map comparison today. If seas continue to rise at projected levels, much of the west side of Miami Beach will be underwater by 2045. Senator, what do you say to your colleagues, so many of whom, including the governor of the state, don't seem to believe the science involved here?
Well, they're avoiding reality.
And by the way, 90% of the heat that comes from climate change has gone into the oceans. There's no debate about that. And unless you want to repeal the law of thermal expansion, folks, the sea level is going to continue to rise.
Speaking as students from Mast Academy FIU literally tested the waters behind them, both coastal state senators said every nation needs to cut carbon emissions. Pumps and seawalls, they say, will eventually not be enough to hold back the sea. Climate change must be fought at its source. The EPA agrees.
The time for action is now. This president has called for it. EPA is taking it.
As the mayor of Miami Beach said in the news conference today, the bay and the ocean aren't Republican or Democrat. Rising sea levels will affect everyone, and everything must be tried to fight climate change. In Miami Beach, Ari Odzer, NBC6 South.